Hey everyone, it's Penny and I wanted to discuss something that can possibly help people who are struggling with estrangement in moving forward. The point of the reason I make videos is to help others, to say, I've been there, I've done that. This is what worked for me, and I have found that through trial and error, I have come to a really good place. And I realized how I messed up early on in estrangement. And I'm hoping my wisdom can help other people not suffer as long as I had suffered. So it's been 13 years since my estrangement, but how we identify our children when they're in our homes, I'd say my daughter, my son, etc. And I'll say my daughter would never leave me, or, a lot of moms would say my son would never break contact. And so I think some people, especially people that have only one, two, or three children, more than that, sometimes you're ready for them to leave. But when you have one or two children, I think primarily, you still identify them as my children. And I wrote something down today that says, not an open invitation. And I think what a lot of parents struggle with is when their children break free, move out, estrange, etc., is they stop having an open invitation into their children's lives, into their whereabouts, what's going on, what's happening, medical information, etc. And I think a lot of parents struggle with going from my to they. And I can still say I have two daughters, and they now are out in this world. And because I'm not with them and I don't see them and we don't spend time together, I can't say my daughter so and so is out doing something. I'll say, would I still say my daughter? Probably, but I think where the lines are blurred is when parents still think they own the rights to their children and they believe they have the right to any and all information when it comes to their sons and daughters. And a lot of people struggle when their children grow up, get married, and then a spouse comes into play. And they always say, well, my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law is causing a rift. And in all honesty, when you go off and get married, you're supposed to go create your own life and focus on your spouse and your home and your work and bills and adult responsibilities. And sometimes we as parents just don't fit into that equation. Sometimes we are not a piece in their puzzle at that time. So I think when it comes to the people we raised, we have to stop claiming ownership. We have to stop claiming we have rights when we don't, because every adult and individual has a right to privacy, has a right to individuality, has a right to do his or her own thing, and has a right to a life. And sometimes that does not include us at this time, and sometimes it doesn't include us for a week, a month, a year, 10 years, a decade, 2 decades, etc. But I have to start claiming my life back, and I have to start enjoying things that I enjoyed previously to having children. Yeah, I know, right? So I just want to say, it's just because you have children doesn't mean it's an open invitation into their world. Sometimes they break free, yes. Just like I adopted her from someone else. She came to live with me. She's no longer with her mom. And does her mom miss her? Well, I'm sure she does, but she's now with me, and that's just the way it is. So I'm not trying to equate children to animals, but that's it's a pretty good equation. See, that is she. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Um, she's getting sassy right now, but anyways, I just want to say, please, let your children go. Let them do their thing. If they are of sound mind, which a majority of adult children are, let them do their thing. Let them spread their wings. Let them rise. Let them fall. Let them get back up. It is important. They deserve that. They need it for life skills and to survive in this world. And eventually, if they choose to raise their own children, so let them do their thing. Your job is to get busy and do your own thing too. So I hope this helps, and I'll be back.